Hey there YouTube, Tiddlywinks is here. I just wanted to go ahead and share an article that I found with y'all. It's a kind of pro-concealed carry article about a guy defending a cop's life with his carry gun. The cop was kind of pinned down. It's a really strange story, but y'all are going to love it. Let me go ahead and get to it here and I'll read it, a little summary of it. Okay. Alright, there's this RV park, and there's a couple that like to walk their dogs around the RV park, and they had a habit of peeing and pooping on trees. And this one guy, Ronald Connor, 58 years old, he didn't like that their dogs like to pee on his tree. And according to the witnesses, Connor approached House, which is the guy walking the dog, and his wife and an argument broke out because I guess the dog had peed on a tree. And Connor, the guy that had the yard, went into his RV, got his gun, returned to the guy's house, and shot him to death. And then it made his wife run, and he shot the guy's wife too. And for some reason, the guy went ahead and shot the dogs because he figured that they were the problem in the first place, and he didn't want them peeing in the yard no more, so he took the husband, the wife, and the dogs all out, killed them all. Well, Sergeant Stephen Means of the Early Police Department there in Texas came rolling onto the scene, and he had barely gotten out of the car, and that Connor guy started opening fire on him. So he, of course, started returning fire with his AR-15, but the guy took cover behind a tree and he couldn't really get him. Now, this guy, Vic Stacy, who was another resident of the RV park, saw the gunfight, and he was actually watching TV in his mobile home, and he thought to himself, well, I'm going to go see what's happening out there, and I'll let you know and what's going on. And he gets out into the trailer park, and he said that this guy was just off the wall and was watching the gunfight, and he said, I think it's going to take a little help. So he went out and took the guy down himself and saved that cop's life because the cop was just pinned right there behind his car. So this CCW holder went ahead and took a lucky shot, and pop, got the guy right in the head, and that was the end of that. Unfortunately, this Connor guy had taken out another man, his wife, and the two dogs, but other officers showed up on the scene and apparently arrested the guy that had saved the one officer's life, but they got him out of jail immediately because he had been so brave. And Connor died on the scene, and if it wasn't for Vic Stacy, the body count might have been a lot higher, it says. And anyways, I mean, this is just like the shooting in Ocala, the whole deal where the armed 71-year-old man in that internet coffee house ran off two thugs, one with a gun, one with a bat, that came in to rob the place. It's stuff like this that you are going to hear on mainstream media, because this paints two sides to guns, and it doesn't make it just all look bad. But as long as each of us in the gun community gets out and gives our opinion on things that are happening and finds these things that are good that are happening, we might be able to persuade people otherwise. Right now, the polls are very high in the favor of gun rights, and we need to keep it that way. But the only way it's gotten that way is because people are opening their eyes, and we need to keep getting the information out there so maybe we could get more people to open their eyes. We don't want to go down in flames. Anyways, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll have more videos coming up, and leave a comment if you want to. Have a good day.